Now, before we get to all of that, it's time for our weekly Future Shock 2.0 segment with workforce trends expert Ira Wolfe. Ira Wolfe, drug abuse has always been a problem, at least in recent decades in the workplace. It's a terrible plague in many ways. What's going on right now?
John, people are testing positive for drug use, especially in the manufacturing sector, at a much higher rate. There was just a study done by Quest Diagnostics, and they found that from 2020 to 2021, during the heat of the pandemic, there was an increase, which included quite a number of drugs. It was an increase of positivity rates by 4.5%.
Wow.
Now, that's significant, except when you look at the numbers from 2017 to 2021, it increased 28.6%. So one of the challenges that's happening in workplaces now is out of all these drug users, almost 70% are employed and they're active in the workplace. 1/3 of all employees are aware of illegal sale of drugs in their workplace. 10 to 20% of workers who die at work have a positive result when tested. And this all gets a lot more complicated because of some of the types of drug use and specifically marijuana. So what the study found was that the largest driver of this was due to marijuana. 37 states now have approved medical marijuana use. More states are legalizing recreational use, but the federal and state laws differ. And it also doesn't mean just because it's okay or it's not a criminal act to use, that it's safe to use, especially in construction and some manufacturing jobs, maybe healthcare. So for employees, this creates a real dilemma. On the one hand, is it better to employ a worker who might smoke a little weed or you just turn a blind eye to it? Or do you have to put policies and safety first, even if the risk is small, which then means there's going to be a lot of people who are excluded from working and the jobs are open more, and maybe you have to turn down business and customers and time delays and all the things that are going on. So one of the questions that is out there, and I don't have an easy solution, and many people don't, but one of the problems out there is companies haven't figured out how to determine impairment in the workplace when it comes to marijuana as opposed to alcohol. There's not some really good test. You can drug test to say that it's in the system, but how much is an employee impaired? So this is just one more case that we talk about all the time, and the law getting ahead of the science, or as I like to say, living in future shock and never normal. The lines between science fiction and reality are pretty blurry.
Thank you, Ira Wolfe. Let me just add that I think the marijuana policies in America are being a total disaster. That's my personal opinion, but your findings and what you discussed there are really interesting. We'll have you back next week, Ira.
We keep digging for the secrets and stories of uncommon and everyday things and interesting people.